Hi all, welcome to another Chess 24 Banter Blitz. Okay, so today 11:30 AM, just waiting for this preview to start. Please let me know if audio, if there's any problem or otherwise. Okay, challenges today. There's a very strong first challenge. I wonder if I should be sneaky and just change the order for a bit of a warm-up first, or not, or let's go for it. Let's just go for it in strict order. So this guy, I think he's very strong. I've been a bit lucky in past encounters. Let's see. I'll go knight c6. So I'm playing this Smyslov defense, which is one of my pets with black at the moment. I believe it is called the Smyslov system. So Smyslov is a grandmaster believe it or not, I've underrepresented on my YouTube channel, I believe. I think there's a tendency to look at like Fischer, Kasparov, Tal. I think the likes of Smyslov, generally they don't get so much press as other world champions at the moment. I think maybe that should change. But this is a Smyslov system at least, so I'm showing some sort of emphasis of his great influence on the game. I think for me this already it seems to me promising because with knight c3, c4 and d4 might have been a lucrative thing. I seem to have a natural lockdown on that d4 square here with that fianchettoed bishop. So I'm feeling okay at the moment. Okay, so things are changing rapidly though now. D4 is being played. Let's see. So we have that interesting tension in the position. I wonder if f5 is plausible. Can I play f5? So it's a sort of King's Indian style in some respects. Okay, the centre's volatile here. I wonder if I could have just taken on d5 there. Was that slip up? I could have just taken on d5. I didn't. Am I imagining that? Yeah, no. I think that's an interesting tactic, though. If that was a planned tactic, because FG maybe it's not so clear. It's an interesting tactic to consider. I'll check that out after. I think I had the tendency of just having the duo there ready for e4, the duo of pawns. But yeah, I should have investigated that. Knight takes d5 in a bit of detail at least. Mind you, it's blitz, and sometimes you just go with what you think is pretty safe, not thinking too much. I mean, that's how I often do things. I'm sort of banking up a clock advantage by not being too much of a perfectionist, basically. I think bishop d7 is sufficient here, although bishop takes c7. Slight snag. Right. If I protect that for a moment. I mean, the bishop's kind of slicing through a bit. I'd imagine white likes that. There's knight d4 here. Okay, if I got in this on a light square, knight c5, bishop c4, b3 is possible. So I might have to let something go soon. b3 does weaken c3. It might actually be worth doing that, I guess. Is there anything else to think about here? Or letting a6 go? I could lift that blockade or use the G file. Bishop f6 is an interesting try for an attack. I think I'll go with this, an aggressive style, trying to use the G file, which is a kind of open road to the king. a6, yeah, okay. The end game, I'll lose probably. But the middle game, okay, there's that one to take as well. But this G file attracts me as an attacking opportunity. A2 is also hanging here. B3. I don't really want to indulge in taking some obscure pawn if I don't have to. I think Rook G6, just prepare double, start the coordination, ramp up the coordination of pieces. I think I'm getting the sort of attacking game that I like. If I could treble. Okay, G3 coming out maybe. Bishop G5. I think it looks a little bit dangerous for this one pawn that's been taken. Maybe H5 for H4. Trying to undermine with H4. Looks like a good idea to me. Okay, H4. I'll plow ahead with the plan of H4, I think. As queen takes, bishop takes, HG. As a perk, yeah, I could play that, I believe. I think if the king's on G2, then F4 with bishop D5. Oh, nope. I've miscalculated that completely. That was silly. Oh dear, I didn't see what I should have. Okay. Pawn's down here. Can I get anything back? Okay. Right. Try and keep the blockade going for a bit. There's nothing to attack here. I'm going to take this guy off. And this is looking pretty daft now. No. I think I'm truly doomed now. Okay. That's unfortunate. I thought I had some opportunities earlier. Oh, no, yeah. I think I'll give him that. Okay, well played. Well played. He needed the win anyway. I've been a bit too lucky in the past, so well played. Absolutely. Okay. Cobra. Yeah, I think I miscalculated queen takes c7. That was a bad calculation. I thought I was getting the G3 pawn. Oh well. Okay, so this seems a bit provocative. Knight F3 and Bishop D3. Right, if I play for F5, that looks interesting. F5, I think here looks, before castling, it looks interesting. Oh, Knight G5. I guess there's Knight D4, okay. And can I go for D6? D6 looks a little bit vulnerable. H6, H4, this might be interesting. Just H4, a sort of H-file attack. All right, so I think this is quite promising because Bishop D6 is one threat. Queen C6. Okay, can I take this D6? E takes. If I castle queenside, I guess E takes is something. Castling queenside. Oh, okay. Oh, there might be Queen H2. G6, Rook H8 as well. G6, Rook H8 for Queen H2 could be on the cards. Alternatively, just Rook H8 for Queen F8 is pretty quick as well. Yeah, Rook H8 for Queen takes F8 while my Queen's on D6. This looks, yeah, Rook H8, Queen F8 looks pretty dangerous. I can check out Queen F8 as well, Rook H8, but there's King F7 or King E7 or King E7 to D6 after. I'll just castle here for Rook H1. I can just take that, I think, rather than knowing Knight H6. Yeah, that's something went wrong badly there. Okay, interesting. Goal dash. So trying this again. I think I'll try and discourage, yeah, B4. So I'll watch out if I play f5, try and win d5 if that's, that was a strange opportunity. I just wasn't on the lookout in the early game, but I needed calculation. So yeah, f5 does kind of soften d5, of taking mental note. I think I don't mind this usually. I wonder if d6 rather than d5 though, just to try and grip. I think I'd rather grip dark squares. Although d5 I have something going for it. I'm keeping that bishop active, aren't I? Oh, I'm just wondering, g5, bishop g5, check, taking on f7. This bishop's a nuisance. I think I'm going to try and be annoying to the bishop on that diagonal. It does seem annoying to me. So can I somehow dissuade this bishop? Bishop e6 maybe? Bishop e6 might be threatening knight c3 for bishop c4. Yeah, because this, I think, if a move just demonstrate is that if I play g5, bishop g5, queen h5, f7. So here I think I might be threatening knight takes c3 or knight e3, but knight takes c3 to grab a pawn to hit the queen and the bishop. Okay, there might be c4 for d5, I guess. Is that plausible? I don't think so. Bishop d4 check. So I'm going to do this. Then I think bishop d4 check, then knight b4. Oh, there's knight e3 here. That's a weakness of the last move. You must look out for that in blitz, especially weakness of the last move. Often win games. It's just neglected e3, so that's like an open invitation. So these open invitations they exist a lot in blitz chess. On the weaknesses of the last move, they tend to. Alright, so f5 for bishop d5. And then a rook a e8 and bishop e4 maybe. Okay, so d5, there's knight e5 though, with the threat of check. I'll provoke that actually. I wonder if it's tempting. Okay. Because yeah, I'm threatening check, that's the key thing. So it's kind of weakened some dark squares, that kind of provocation. Which means my bishop's got more scope. I think I'm going to win d5 here anyway. After the queen moves, bishop takes d5. Unless there's anything stronger. I think bishop d5. So let's see what's happening here. There's also this alignment, which is probably a bit worrying for my opponent. Okay, so bishop g2 if I want to win another pawn. It does seem tempting. Bishop takes g2. I think I'll play it. I mean, there is, I suppose, bishop f5. Okay, so knight takes d3. So bishop d4 to follow looks vicious. Bishop d4 following up here. f4 here looks okay. f4 or bishop d4. I guess there's rook d1. Even so, I think I can accept this. On rook d1, I think rook d8. Okay, I'll take that guy. And yeah, I think something went wrong there. That was Depends on the game. Get the challenges in, guys. So all challenges welcome. So talk Medita. Okay. Hi there. Talk Medita. A bit dark in here today. It's a bit overcast here in London at the moment. We had some very hot days in the last few days, but today not so hot. Well, no, it is quite hot. It's just a bit gloomy. Okay, so I think I'm going to reroute the knight c5. So f4 g. Oh, mobile pawn center does weaken d5. That's the key point. Like here, d5. Because my king isn't on this diagonal of death, so to speak. So I think knight. It's an opportunity to jack out if. Yeah, on e takes. Put a knight on f4, maybe. So I think that's an important central pawn. e4 seems to hit 2 pieces here. Okay, I think I'll just take this rook. Okay, I think I'll take this pawn. Yeah, I think something's gone wrong here. I shouldn't have this with the black pieces necessarily. So I'm installing a form pawn here. Form pawn t-shirt is on at the moment. Okay, the form pawn installation. Bishop e5 or okay, so I'll protect e4 maybe, or rook f4. Maybe rook f4. Seems interesting. I'm thinking what am I thinking with this? Just to protect the pawn. Okay, so okay, there's knight takes f3. It runs into check after, and I lose the rook. Got to be a bit careful. That's a really good point. I think I've slightly misplayed this now. Because there's bishop takes g5. I have misplayed it. Okay, I was expecting not to allow the check, but bishop takes. This does seem to allow some time for me to do some stuff. Okay, so e4 dropping could be an issue. d5 is only a temporary thing. Maybe queen f6 to have my queen around just in case. It's getting a little bit dangerous. f4 looks a bit scary. Okay, it's getting a bit scary. Unfortunately. Okay, bishop d4. All right, that pawn's pinned at the moment. Otherwise, this knight's not in a great place, though. I think these pieces need to come out. Otherwise, I could be in big trouble. Here, so knight c6. And then what? All right, I think there's at least knight f5 check on g5. And then roll with something else. HG. Knight H4 is double check. Do I want to open up that F file though? What about if I just try and check it out? Just want the exchange of queens. Is that a worthy? I don't know. Actually, okay. Is it? Queen E6. Let's go with Queen E6. Bit wary about my king. G takes. King takes. Can I get away with that? Well, I hope I can get away with it. Can I get away with this? Okay, carnivorous king. Oh, this is really cheeky. Just trying to defend self-service defense here. Just taking out an attacking piece. All right, there isn't G1 though. Now I'm taking out the attacking pieces. All right, that's one way of defending. Try and just win all the attacking pieces. All right, thanks for the game, Talkie. Okay. Santi, Clint Eastwood, cool. So let's see this Smyslov, this isn't or Tango. So tangoing here. Okay, so I kind of like this position already. It's as long as my bishops are nice, especially the dark square one, I'm usually very happy with this. D6 coming up. So D6. Usually pretty happy with this. The dark squares, but bishop's usually pretty good. White's okay. I'm putting A7 for the bishop to retreat, but also I've noticed in this system it's quite entertaining. I think if I just go for things with knight G4 and H5, I've had interesting games just doing that. Okay, I think that's possible. Knight G4 and H5. Is the bishop retreating? I think I'd still go with knight G4 on the bishop retreating to E3. Still go with this. I think any exchange here, F4 is usually more vulnerable. I think this is sort of fishing pole here. But F4 is juicy here. I kind of like this when that happens because of the F4 square. H3 doesn't also help too much. And I just feel like rook H6 to G6. It's kind of cheeky, ready-made attack system. You do get some cheek with rooks in the Budapest Gambit. Theoretically, you're supposed to use a rook switch from A6 to H6, but I've got a more convenient rook left. This one's not doing anything now. I should really maybe go back to A8 soon. Okay, Queen F6 might be handy for knight takes H3 as a concrete threat, as well as holding up, maybe discouraging the F5 square. So knight takes H3 is the concrete threat, I believe. I think it's probably too dangerous, this H file. At some point, I guess this rook's going to be hit. Okay, I'll maybe rook g6, just an exchange sack. Is looking tempting to sack the exchange there. Any knight takes, there's knight h3 check, winning the queen. I think this is looking dangerous. Knight takes, there's knight h3, winning the queen. g3 might suffer as well to check, and knight takes, and if rook takes, knight takes e3, maybe. It's a bit tricky. I might have a lot of loose pieces there. It's been tested. Check, king g2. Knight takes f2, and there's knight takes e3 check after. Okay, I think it's an interesting one. Knight takes f2. Let's get another pawn, potentially, for the exchange. I think there's enough time to protect my queen with queen h6 if needed, as a minimum, going into this self-pin. But there might be another issue with just h4. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, my knights, are they stranded? I can take in knight e3 and knight c2, but that knight's stranded after, I guess. Or maybe not. I don't think it is actually, so I'll do that. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, I might have to... is that a piece? I can do damage to the pawn structure. Stranded knight, knight a3. Is that just a rook down? What have I done? That wasn't well calculated. My calculation is not very good today. At least I should try and damage the pawn structure. I'll take a pawn. Okay, I think at least do some damage to the pawn structure. Okay, where's this knight get? Am I going to get another pawn? No, there's not enough time here. I don't believe there's enough time. I'll be surprised. But I'm getting another pawn as well. This is not entirely easy, is it? Maybe it is. Okay, it depends if I'm getting mated immediately or not. Well, 10 seconds. The rooks could double, but f5, my king would escape to g5. I mean, it looks very unlikely I get mated, I think. But maybe I'm being optimistic. Couple of checks, time burn. Alright, so f5 gives my king an escape route. Yes. I think these pawns are pretty vicious, actually. the clock circumstances as well, they're too vicious. Yeah, it's too much. The connected pass pawns, the time pressure in a practical sense, I just think it's too much to handle. But yeah, well played for. I lost material out of that. I didn't see enough there. I've had even in long over the ball games, connected pass pawns or pass pawns in general are a total pain if you're in time pressure. Even in club matches, I think that they're very dangerous. Compensation sometimes. But yeah, if you're in time pressure with pass pawns. Okay, so E takes 97. Castles and King H7. Alright, so if I played F5, this tries to get light squares or get an attack here with G5, knight F5 and G4. And yeah, so I think knight F5 and G4 looks quite interesting because of this. Seems to be a strange position where I've got the light square bishop. Seems pretty comfortable at first glance, but maybe I'm wrong. Knight F5 and G4. Yeah, I think okay, I'll do this just in case G4 is interesting for white there. Okay. Knight takes G5. Okay, at the moment it's not a big deal, I think. So I might be threatening G4 for knight D4. Okay, G4 for knight D4 looks promising. Promising? Or am I creating some weaknesses around the king here? Maybe knight F6 would be a way to play it. Takes, knight D4. I would be hitting F4. I'm hitting F4 here. Potentially, after taking, hitting F4. It's another issue for white. Is after knight takes D4. That looks as though there's a lot of pressure here. Okay, if I do this, and then there's a threat of knight H4 to F3. This holds up H6 for the moment. But also, actually, knight takes D4 for knight F3 as well. I think this is fracturing the pawns, and that can be very significant. So knight takes D4, knight F3, or knight H4 to knight F3. So yeah, D4 might have to be addressed. Say rook D1, knight H4. So there's the threat of knight F3. Bishop G4 to F3 or anything more lucrative. F3 does seem vulnerable here. Okay, thanks for the game, Antika. Okay, so I I don't know how to pronounce that at all. Okay, anyway. Oh, I didn't mean D3. Okay, I've just pre-moved D3. So we have a closed King's Engine attack system. I have played this in the past. Okay, I'm trying for a... This is like Fischer, but when he was before 15, he played King's Engine attack systems with some success. Just make sure that I'm not going to lose the e pawn in a hurry if I played e5. I'm not sure about d4. Kind of commits black's pawn structure a bit. So Fischer overprotection. So amusingly, I was going on about this and nearly lost horribly the other week with this. It's not a guaranteed winning plan or anything. And I haven't even overprotected e5 here, so that puts my enthusiasm in check at least, that I haven't got a grip on e5. So perhaps there's some attacking potential here. Anyway, installing a fawn pawn. I will install the fawn pawn. Dreaded fawn pawn. So, the question about the fawn pawn mysteries. This bishop's not very good on g2 in any case. Why didn't I just take the bishop though? It was there for the taking. What is up with my calculation today? Oh, it was just there for the taking. Okay. Oh well. Okay. It's Blitz. Yes, I believe if we rewind that moment, instead of responding to the opponent's threat, one can sometimes ask the key question: can I just zap the fretter? That's the question of the day. Zap the fretter. Don't respond to the threat of the fretter. Just zap the fretter. It's a common thing I keep blundering on. I don't know. My training is to look what the opponent's threatening. Sometimes you can just eat the fretter. It's a way of extinguishing the threat. It's a really clever way of extinguishing threats to bear in mind. Okay. So a4, rook e2. What's going on here? Am I in the wrong position? I have played rook e2. Let's try and get to the right position. Try and reorient about this. Okay. Okay. Now, knight g4 or rook. Let's put in the rook back or taking. Maybe I should just take that. The knight's up to no good. Okay. Knight g4 here. I think I want to tempt f5 to get a frontal pressure on e5. Or even, apart from that, am I passive on b2 here now, though? I do seem a bit passive on b2. Zap the fretter. I think I need to try and learn that at some point. Zap the fretter. King g2. Anyway, that would have cut short this great game. I'm going to be tortured on b2 now. Things to do here. b2 is probably, it is a big vulnerability. I'm not really sure what my pieces are doing here. Apart from waiting for b2 to drop. Yeah, I lack a structural plan. Muppets. Queen b6. What if I offered the queens to come off? Maybe there's some relief now with f4 at least. There's a structural plan to try and open the f file. Get some targets going with rook f2. Oh, the rook f8 is now threatened. So rook f8 does seem like a very strong move. Okay, it could parry it with that. Right. And the problem here is rook f2, there's rook takes b2. So I don't really want to lose a pawn for nothing. So I'm going to have to go the slow donkey route up the mountain here. I think I'm going to have to try and use g5 and knight g5 to h7. I don't want to lose b2. Okay, so knight takes d4 for rook takes f6. And yeah. Okay, and then I'm nowhere again. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Okay. Passive. Okay, I bring my king to c1. This is a very long donkey trip up the mountain. Oh dear. Oh, he's offering that. Oh, massive pawns. Okay, I'm glad I didn't take that. Actually, on that occasion, I don't think I want to improve my opponent's pawn mass potential. It does look interesting. g4, g5 would still give me knight g4 later as a possibility. Oh no, what am I doing? That's dropping for nothing. Unless there's... I have to get my king to c2. I think I have to get my king to c2. Oh, I don't like... There's a few things I don't like. I do believe... Let's just check that. Is he doing that again? I get the king to c2 so I can hold b2 and d3. Once I can hold b2 and d3, I can relieve the rook of responsibility and try and get rook h1 in. So that's the key plan here. Try and get the king to repair all these issues. Do something to help the rook. Relieve the rook from defensive duty. So I've got that semi-open h-file, open g-file. I might be on the attack as some sort of compensation here with rook g7 to h7. There might be some sort of, I would hope, some sort of compensation. There's a clock advantage, which is handy. Do I move my king away from here? Is this a trap? Hold on a sec. Can I do something with these rocks? Knights? Alright, at least... Okay, I can take this guy now. Yeah, it's time pressure. Okay, I think, yeah, it's really an ingrained thing. I have to admit a weakness here, which you can pounce on, but I don't know if any of you guys have this even as a fundamental weakness. I'm often looking as a discipline, like what is the last move threatening, and I'm not. My first thought should really be take out the attacker. Yeah, I'm just wanting to parry bishop e2. It's terrible, really. That's why my tactics aren't that great all the time. Anyway, as you know, so all right, okay. Kleinermeister. Okay, let's try this gambit. Okay. But it did make the game go a lot longer than probably it would have if it's 10 piece. So there is an upside here. There's a struggle. It was an interesting struggle. This looks like a little bit of gambity compensation potentially. I hope there's some gambit compensation here to be achieved. Bishop g5 looks scary to me. I don't know why anyone would accept such a gambit in blitz chess. They're too scary for me to accept. Bishop g5 is it looks dangerous. Maybe c6 is fine though. c6 might be okay. I see. c6. Is it as scary as it seems? Bishop g5, I think. It looks as though some weird tactic has been set up here for f7 at some point. For example, knight takes there. Bishop f7. Maybe not yet. g5 is knight f6. Checkmate. Having to look at this knight e5 again. Bishop takes d1. Knight f6 check? Isn't that winning? G takes, bishop takes f7 is mate. Yeah, I'll just play knight takes, knight f6, bishop f7. Oh, here, knight takes for f3 though. I think knight takes for f3. Alright, I thought this position could take out f8. Do I end up losing a load of material? What if I took c7 and a8, then b3's hanging? Is that the better way to play it? I wonder. Is my knight going to be stranded? Knight takes c7, king takes. Well, I could just play. Yeah, knight takes. Okay. I'll go with that. I assume this is okay. Rook c1. There's always knight c6. I wonder if I take out the e7. I was immediately winning that. Oh, so I have stranded the knight. Maybe there's f5, f4, knight c6, f5. There's bishop f2. All right, so maybe just b4. I've just realised b4, knight c6. There's b4. Try and rescue this knight. Try and maintain a material advantage. So rook c7 check, king e8. Right, there's B5 coming up. Oh, am I just material down? Oh, hang on. Looks as though this hasn't really worked out that wonderfully. I think we're just equal the material. Oh no, I'm a pawn down. Pawn down. I had high hopes. Just the pawn down. Great. Try and fraction these pawns, at least. Right, so a bit fractured. I should have enough to hold, surely. If I put pawns on dart squares, maybe I should take out that pawn on d5. Okay. Active rook. Oh, h4 would have been maybe interesting to stop h4 from black. Oh, okay, I can see this is not entirely brilliant. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a struggle now. Blockade on the dart squares or not. It's getting difficult to hold. Oh, G3. I have to be wary about G3. Can't do that. Adventure. Oh, there's mate on C2. Okay. Running out of options here. Try and avoid this mating that for a moment. Get the king away to give me B4. That's horrible. I have to arrange bishop to A1. Okay, so I'm overloaded here. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on after that. Oh, that was a long sequence. Maybe I had no idea what was going on. Could have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. So it just seems to me a lottery of what was happening after this. But the knight, I guess I should assume the knight's trapped. Black's slightly better there. So in this position, oh, hang on. So apparently, knight here. Alright, that makes a difference. This makes a difference. This is all very different. It's knight c6. Yeah, so as soon as I played oh, that's really interesting, knight f6. So as soon as I played knight takes c7, it's equal, in fact. And I think I'm struggling. This is better for black, clearly. And yeah, I'm just struggling there, but that was great on a2. Yeah, that was good stuff. Well played. Okay. Peter. Hi there. Peter Merrifield, who's he's improved his tactics dramatically recently. I've realised, and we got a 10-minute game here. I didn't mean 10-minute. Okay, it's a 10-minute game. I'll try and play very, very quickly or something. Okay. Yeah, generally it's 3 or 5 minute challenges. So, but I'll try and play this very quickly, not to hold up too many challenges. Okay, I think I'm threatening knight takes e6. Knight takes e6 might be the sort of subtle threat of this position. So f takes, queen takes g6. Let's see what else to think about. So yeah, I think knight takes e6 here is going to be dangerous. Alright, I can take out e6. Okay. Knight f3 to g5. Knight f3, bishop b4 check wins my queen. Maybe I should castle. That's a good idea to castle sometimes. Otherwise, that would be not a good idea to allow my queen to come off the board so quickly. I think knight f3, bishop b4 check. Yes. All right. So knight g5 coming up. Okay, if I can take here, knight g5 or bishop g5. Maybe bishop g5, have a knight on g5 instead, actually, of knight g5. that means I think now f4, f5 is probably going to be dangerous. These extra mobile pawns, f5. Rook. Okay, I'll stop this knight from being naughty, I think. f5, f6. I still think f5 is okay here. Getting rook f6 or f6, e6, f7. Okay, so this looks a little bit dangerous. e7 in particular. e7 looks dangerous. I think it became difficult to play off that knight takes e6 earlier. I mean, that's, yeah. Once I have the mobile pawns, yeah, I think f7 there. Double here. Okay, so knight d7, knight e6. Yeah, I think knight e6 for rook f8. Okay, I think rook f8 here. Oh, knight g5 for rook h7. By the way, Peter's one of my top scorers in the as a chessboard Kingscrusher chatmates. He's in the top 10 there. I don't know if anyone wants to check that out at chessboard. There's a Kingscrusher snacks 1 and 2 at the moment. If you want to reinforce mating patterns. Okay, so thanks for the game, Peter. Thanks so much. Okay, on to the next challenge. Always blame the mouse. And so bishop a7, d6, that sort of thing. He's not really going to let me play this caveman style attack, is he? D6 on H5, because I'll definitely do it once the knight's on E2. It's not reinforcing H4, so I kind of like that sort of thing. But I'm sure he's aware of that and will delay. Castling. On the other hand, if white doesn't castle, yeah, maybe I just play like this to provoke some dark square weaknesses. So like H3, G4, that structure, there's a few dark squares that have been softened. The bishop's on G6. I think I've seen a Karpov game a bit like that. We played both bishops out like this and it provoked quite a lot of weaknesses. Okay, I'll just put the bishop on G6. H3, bishop H5, so going to G6 later. Okay, what about, okay, I'm putting my H pawn away on this occasion. Instead go for bishop H3 now. Because I thought H3 sometimes is useful to stop this battery, because now I can try and get rid of the bishop, try and emphasize the light square weaknesses with bishop H3. So yeah, I think in that regard, if H3 had been played and then castling, maybe that's slightly more safe than this. The problem with white in this position, if he plays E4, it kind of liberates my bishop automatically. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable after bishop H3. I might be mistaken. Depends on the nuances here. Alright, if I take on E4 to avoid the structure, because bishop takes, unless he's doing an exchange sack, I could fling in F5. No, I think I'll do it like this. Take this guy out, and then go for F4. Just play for F4. Knight G6 and F4. Right, I think I'm marking out some light squares here. If I played E4. Mind you, this diagonal is sensitive. This is not all fun for me. This diagonal is sensitive. Okay, it's a little bit double-edged. Yes. Yes. Gotta be careful now. Okay. That's diagonal. Rook G7. And then where's my center? Is it too weak? My center. Rook G7 and Queen F7. What about C6 here instead? D6. Okay, I think let's have a look at this. C6 strikes me as something interesting to encourage D6. Okay, I've got sort of mobile pawns. The threat of being mated is less. Okay, this bishop is blunted. Put it here. F4, I've got a pass pawn. Which could be dangerous. Rook D7, Rook E8. Rook takes with Rook D8. Winning this bishop. Alright, I've got to be careful. Rook D7, maybe I don't play that. I play F3. Or just take the knight, in fact. like take the knight here, which seems to be hanging. Because it only takes, I take here and then check, and there's rook e8. Or just play king e7 and rook takes b2 with the idea of knight h4 and rook b1 mate. I could do it like that. Okay, his best shot is this c pawn now. Probably knight h4, h3, knight f3, that sort of thing. Knight h4 threatens mate immediately. h3, knight f3. Threatens mate immediately. Knight f3 for rook h2 is a standard mate pattern. Okay, which is avoided. So he's back. I'm back in the danger zone, I guess. First, I think I should do something about this pawn, just to buy some time to get my king to f3. Maybe this isn't clever. Alright, my king has to come to the rescue if needed for these pawns, because rook c5 is dangerous. I've made this exciting, haven't I? As usual. I think I can afford to take on c6. Okay. I've got some time for my pawn here, I believe. Knight d4 and f3. Or not. Will there be a mate threat of significance? I think I can take out this pawn. Knight b5, a4, knight d6, a5. Do I? Knight takes b7, probably. Knight takes b7. Not rook b7. Well, rook b7 here is plausible, isn't it? Put the king back on the 8th. Exciting. Okay, I think it's checkmate, isn't it? Right, thanks for the game. Always playing the mouse. Okay, exciting. Okay. Perino's flogger. Flogging Perinos today. So, English opening for this game. I kind of like this duo when I see this. For a quick d4, I think this is one of my English opening books. However, I think this line, got to be careful. I think d3, not d4, because e4. Got to be careful. a3 maybe. I might have misplayed this somehow. Okay, I keep thinking going for d4, but yeah, I think might not be in the exact position. Seems a bit passive. for me. Unfortunately, bishop b2, rook a1 to c1, knight a4 to c5. Okay, knight c5, just trying to liberate this bishop, but if he went for it like I would, he is going for it like I would. It's dangerous, I think. Okay, it could backfire a little bit. There's a bit of a double edge to it now with this diagonal, of course. The lockdown. Okay, if I played h4, would he unlock the lockdown? No. Alright, so it rules out knight h7 to g5. I've seen this Plaskett plan in the game. He gets a knight to f3 via this route. Form pawn. There's a Plaskett game covered on my channel. But here I think I have got a plan available, I think, in the form of playing for b5. A sort of minority attack style is my structural plan, I believe, of interest. Oh, there is knight e5 to f3. Okay. Do I worry about that? I think I should. I should worry about that. Form pawn in those circumstances might not be such a big deal. If it goes to d3, I would sack the exchange. Let's welcome it. Let's welcome this. On this occasion, I think I'm welcoming this, although it's kind of crazy thing to do visually. Knight e5 to f3. He's not going for it. All right, that's interesting. Okay. I'm still wondering about this b5 plan, so I'm going to go knight c2 in preparation for a4 b5, which is mostly harmless at the moment. Doesn't really do much. Might potentially weaken d5 if ever a recapture away from the centre. I'm going to say mostly harmless. Mostly harmless. b5 plan. This diagonal looks good for battery with queen and bishop. Okay, just preparing that sort of battery without dropping c5 immediately. If I drop c5 here, well, there's an infiltration point, rook d6. That might be worth using for a moment. If I take a rook off, bishop e5 looks intriguing. Maybe bishop d6. Oh, here b5 is possible now. Well, if I take off g7, that's a bit of a paradoxical thing to do, but it does give me light square pressure, usually that sort of thing. Knight c3, I don't know if I invite that tactically, because queen b2, knight d1, knight f5 is double check. King f8, queen g7. Okay, queen b2 threatens knight f5 here. I know I've given up that. When you give out a bishop, you look at the other colours. we learn from Leela chess? So knight f5 here. And then we're take on e4. So knight d4 for bc. Yeah, so I have actually attacked the light squares after that, giving up that dark square bishop. I noticed that from Leela chess. Every time Leela gives up, say, a light square bishop, you get the dark square celebration after. It just seemed to be a common pattern. Right, I try and avoid knight e3 stuff. Trying to undermine this pawn chain. Maybe knight d6, knight b7. Trying to undermine c6, which undermines d5. So knight d6, knight b7, bc, that sort of thing. Okay, I wouldn't mind an exchange here, like this, just a simple non-imbalanced exchange, just bishop with bishop rather than more complex transaction. Oh, did I just fall victim to a nasty tactic? There's even knight e2 check. Great. Rook d4. BC, CB. I got two connected pass pawns there. Let's give up my rook for two connected pass pawns for a laugh. Okay. Here, okay, there is knight e2. Which I assume is going to be played to win the exchange. I'm hoping my knight versus the rook will be okay. Oh. I didn't expect that. Okay. No, it's pre-move time then. Is this pawn queening before mine? Oh, okay, I have to try and use this one as well. Otherwise it's not that impressive. Oh. Okay. Well played. I think I might have missed the trick right at the end. Let's have a quick. Did I miss the trick right at the end there? No. Technically. Hang on, after that, oh yeah, I have Muppets, yeah, time pressure, h7, and if rook h8, e7. Yeah, I suspected, I was just pre-moving there. h7 is a good trick to bear in mind. And now, I thought this was okay as well. This, plunder again. I just a7 again. Okay. Yeah. This is just. Oh. Okay. What a painful week. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Missed opportunities there. Hope you had fun. Anyway. Okay. 1 fun, 10 boring. Have a good rest of the Sunday. And must do better next Sunday. Okay. Thanks very much. Cheers then.